Hi everyone, welcome to the third video in the FUME tutorial series. This time we'll cover some string manipulation functions. We have this example. I've changed it a little bit again. Last name and first name are all capitalized and they have extra spaces both at the end and in between. And the first name is actually two names, so we would want to split that. Also, the contact. This is an array with different types of contacts, phone numbers and emails, and there is no explicit indication for which one is which, so we will need to extract this information from the pattern of the string. Also, this time we will not open our resource template, we will just write the Flash script from scratch. So an instance of patient. So let's start with a very common string manipulation function, which is pad. The mrn here has a few numbers, and let's say that the standard for the mrn in our identifier system is that officially it should be padded up to 10 characters with zeros from the left. So let's go identifier value, start by taking mrn as is, and then wrap it with a pad function. Since we want to pad it from the left, that would be a negative integer number. 10 would be the number of characters. As you can see, it has been padded with spaces, which is the default for this function, but we want to pad it with zeros, so there we go. So that would be the first example of a string manipulation. Let's go for the telecom now. So since we have a contact array, so as you've seen in the previous video, we can use that as a context for the telecom. It will duplicate the telecom rule according to each element in the array, and we want the value to be equal to the value in the array. But since this is an array of simple strings, we don't have an element name to address here, so the shortcut for that would be just the $sign. The $sign refers to the context, so for each repetition of the telecom rule, the context is a single value from here, and this is why the $sign is evaluated to the actual value. So now let's try to calculate the system according to the pattern of a string. So first function we're going to use is starts with. Let's say that if the string starts with a plus sign, that's a phone number. So starts with, again, the $sign refers to the value and plus. And if that condition is true, put phone in the system. Here we go. If it's not true, let's see. If the string contains the @sign, then that's an email. There we go. We've calculated the system according to the string. So now let's work with the name. So let's start by creating the full name. For this, we can use the join function. The join function takes an array of strings and joins them with a delimiter between them. So let's say that we want the first name and the last name. As you can see, it has been joined but we still have all of those extra spaces. So one thing we can do is use the trim function, very common function. In FUME, the trim function also trims in between words. So as you can see, all of the duplicate blank spaces are gone, and also any extra blank spaces from the edges of the string are also gone. Lowercase function will take all of the characters and lowercase them, and init cap will capitalize the first character of each string, but it also trims. So this is why it's a shortcut. I've replaced the trim with init cap, and it has done both of the actions. It has trimmed it, including the in-between white space, and it took each word's first character and capitalized it. So now we've demonstrated the join, the lowercase, the trim, and the init cap. And let's go on to the family name. And say that it equals to last name. And again, we will lowercase it. And we will init cap it, which will also trim it. We have the family name. Now for the given, I want to do something else. I want to split according to the space. So I will use the context as before. This time the context, I want it to be the normalized first name. So it will be just like I did for the family name. Only the field name will be first name. And I want to split all of that on the space character. So this will be the context. So the split function returns an array of strings. It takes our normalized first name, so this should be Jessica June with only first letter capitalized and without any extra spaces, and it will split it on the space, so it should be an array of Jessica and June. So all we have left to do is assign the context value into given, and there we go, Jessica June. So that would be all for this video. Thank you very much. See you next time.